Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are good, guys. Today we're going to be reacting to Candace Owens' best advice to conservative students with liberal professors. Guys, let's get right to this.
First of all, I want to preface by saying I'm very thankful to be a student at UNC. I'm from New Jersey, so I'm very thankful to be here. But one thing I learned very quickly when I came here is that if you do not agree with the political views of your professor or your TA, your grade will suffer. It will take a hit. As much as they deny it, it's the truth. And as a student, I expect I should be able to express my beliefs and my grade should reflect that. Even though I'm making a valid point, it's very hard to get that good grade. What's your advice for someone like me who's a conservative trying to express their beliefs and show their support and just be who I am, where my grade won't even get a passing grade because I'm being myself?
So this amazes me, and I hear this all the time. It amazes me because when I think about myself as a parent, and like me spending the money to send my kids to school, if that's what I decide to do, like $100,000 to get an education. If I found out that my child was getting a letter, like getting a B because the teacher had a personal opinion, I would raise hell. And I think what's happened is that a lot of parents, and I love being in a room with parents because I really lecture them on this, right? Parents have gotten so polite, is what's happened, because political correctness is all about saying that even though you're right, you shouldn't say anything because why would you want to raise hell? And you need people to say this is wrong. It just takes one person to sue the school for them to stop it immediately, because the things that the universities hate is attention for the wrong thing. They hate that. They absolutely do not want people to know what they are doing and to have people say, I'm pulling my dollars and I'm not doing this. And the problem is I think that the students don't want to be that one person. And I know that Turning Point has created some programs to kind of deal with that and to sort of expose, the professors that are engaging in this. But you should not take that sitting down. I have kind of always been a bull in a china shop. So if I ever felt in any capacity that a teacher was doing that, I would make enough noise where they would give me an A just to never see me again. And that happened once in a feminism class. She just like passed me to never see me again. And you have to let them know that you're not going to take it. And by the way, when you develop those skills, get used to not being liked. Right? Get used to not being liked, because that's the thing they want you to be afraid of. God forbid you're not liked, then that's going to be problematic. God forbid we call you a name. Nope. Once you push past it, once you really recognize that you can disempower these people by letting them know that you're not going to take these things and that their names mean nothing, it changes you forever. You become a stronger person, and it also transforms the way that they behave. So I would say stand up for yourself, but also tell your mom and tell your dad what Candace said, right? Candace said she'd raise hell.
Guys, this is one of the best advice I've heard yet, and I really, really kind of agree because I would also tell my parents if something is not really going well for me when it comes to school, I would definitely tell my parents and see how we can get to this. I don't feel like lecturers should be able to fail someone just because they're not going your way. I feel that's one thing I like about some of my lecturers. You see, when they're teaching in class and you have like a different perspective, you like not really an argument, but then you ask questions and then we all like argue it out in class and then we get to the bottom of it. That's it. So I feel like those are the right steps. But then there's still some lecturers who are so strict they don't want to hear anything. And I feel it's not nice. It's not a good environment for your students. They should be free to express how they feel about what you're learning. If they don't agree with you, then allow them to express themselves and then you all talk about it. Their mates to talk about it. You don't just say something to the class and you expect the class to take it. I mean, I've heard many of my lecturers say some things that I do not agree on and then I talk about it. I mean, I remember, 100 level, there was a teacher of mine who was trying to differentiate, just giving us like the meaning of hearing and listening. And then what she said, me and my friend just didn't agree with her, and I was like, I don't agree. Like it doesn't make sense. So we tried to ask question, and then she was like, "Are we the one that's going to tell her job?" And then we just let it slide. And when we went to the next class, we had class with my HOD because the class we were having that she was saying that was a generic class. Imagine everyone from different departments in one class, and then you're giving the wrong ideology to them. So when we went to the next class, my head of department, I told her, my friend was like, don't let it die, let it die. I'm like, no, I want to get to the bottom of this because I know I'm not wrong on this. I have heard this meaning from high school, so why should you be saying something that's wrong? To cut the long story short, I told my HOD, and then she was like, who was the teacher? And I told her, oh, it's so and so. She's like, oh my God, don't let her hear this, but I'm actually right. What she said is wrong, and maybe she made a mistake. But I let it die because I know that if it was a mistake, while I raised that question, she would have corrected herself. So she's wrong, and I'm basically right. So I feel like lecturers should just give their students space to express their own opinions, their belief, ask questions, so they can all have closure to that particular topic or whatever they're talking about. And if you feel you're having issues in school, tell your parents. They could definitely do something about it. I mean, no parents will actually like to watch their child have a hard time in school. Like it will affect their child and also affect them. So if you feel you're having a hard time, your lecturers, you could tell your parents. And then lecturers themselves should try to allow their students to, express themselves, their opinion, so that you can get closure to whatever is being said at that class. But guys, tell me what you think about this. How well you go about the whole situation. And don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. I love you guys.